Hello, Exploring Croatia with Darka brings you to Novalja. In this lovely forest in front of us is situated a small church of St. John and Paul. Before going there, let us just admire this beach, empty today, but from this beach we can see a nice view to Novalja, the town, the harbor, and behind it at the mainland is our velvet mountain protecting quite well the area. The church in front of us is the church of St. John and Paul from the 19th century. But this church has been built on the place of the previous church from the 9th or 10th century, and that one on the place or quite close to the basilica of the old Christian days, actually probably 4th or the 5th century. A beautiful view again to Novalja and the harbor of Novalja, quiet, peaceful place where many often in the history pilgrims came from all over the world. So we are now in this forest where the cemetery was once, and now again beautiful, peaceful place quite close to the city beach. We see the church, which has that unusual apsis, and because of this apsis, we really believe that this new church has been built quite at the place of that old church of the 9th or the 10th century. All the place is monumental. Behind we see the apsis of the old church of the 4th or the 5th century. Here, the apsis. The white one is the apsis of the actual small church, which brings us to that Romanesque period. The way how it's been built actually is showing us that style. Here there were also some tombs, but what we can see and admire is the wall of the huge apsis and of the basilica, which had quite big dimensions. Actually, the length of the basilica was 32.35 meters. This apsis was 4.80 meter deep and actually 6.50 meter large. The basilica itself was 12.50 meter large. Now we can see it all covered with grass, with bushes, and as I said, quite close to our lovely beach. Here the tombs, quite close to the apsis. Such tombs we find on many places in Dalmatia, where we have all the Christian tombs and graves. It is interesting to know that Don Frane Bulic, a very known Croatian archaeologist, historiker, conservator, he came here to see the remains of Novalja, not just of this basilica, but generally he visited Novalja. And I must say it is really pity not to have such a man in a local community, because what he has discovered in Salona, where he lived, and he was born actually quite close to Salona in Vranjic, probably he would have discovered in these places of Novalja, because only these few monuments which are discovered are showing us that all Christian monuments are from the great historical value. So this is our church of St. John and Paul, situated in the beautiful location of Jazu, the peninsula of Vrtić, how we say, where we have had once a cemetery. Today it's a quiet, peaceful place where we can admire the remains of the basilica, which had once a very monumental furniture, mainly of the marble. And today we can find some of collections of this location and of other locations in the centrum of the town of Novalja in Stomarica.